Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In the earlier sessions, we had looked into the control structures overview, that is, the three types of control structures. They are the sequential, decision, and repetitive. So we had looked into the overview of these three types of control statements. And in the previous sessions, we had looked into how the sequential control flow works and the decision control flow works. And in this session, let's look into the repetitive control or the iterative statements. So friends, in repetitive control, we have two types of loops. One is the for loop and the second one is the while loop. So what are repetitive or iterative statements? It is a set of statements which get repeatedly executed till the condition is satisfied. Once the condition fails, it comes out of the loop and the sequential flow of control follows. So in repetitive we have two types. One is the for loop and the other one is the while loop. So firstly, let's look into the for loop concept. So the syntax for loop. So we have the for keyword, for, then we have the iterating variable in sequence, and then a colon. So this iterating variable is nothing but one which increments every time in the sequence. Sequence in this case can be a list, a tuple, a range, string, dictionary, or a set. These are the sequences. An iterating variable keeps on incrementing itself with the value for each of the items present in the list, tuple, range, string, dictionary, or set. So this is the syntax for the for statement. So it should be for iterating variable in sequence and then a colon. And once we give the colon, the statements within the for loop have to be indented with 4 spaces and it should start from the 5th position. Then we can have our statement. Statement 1, statement 2 till statement n. How many ever statements we want in the for loop, we can include with the indentation. And once the for loop statements get executed, is completed, then we can write the sequential statements. Statement X, that is the sequential flow of data continues. So these are the statements within the for loop and this is not the statement within the for loop. It executes. Once the for loop condition fails, then the control passes to the sequential flow of data. So this is the syntax for the for loop. Now let's look into some of the examples, code examples of how for loop works in Python. So initially let me say for I is the iterating variable. For I in range 5 and then a colon. So range is the sequence and I is the iterating variable. So now I am specifying for I in range of 5. Then I am saying with indentation my statement print I am giving. So in this case, initially the starts with 0 and ends with n minus 1. So it ranges from 0 to 4. The range 5, if we specify 5, it ranges from 0 to 4. Initially, I will have the value 0. Since it is from 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. Initially, I will take the value 0. So when it performs the for loop, in the first step, it will print 0. Output will be printed as 0. Then it again checks for the for condition. And since it is not the end of the range, it increments every time by 1. So here it increments by 1 and I points to 1 in the second iteration. So the same set of statement repeats again and 1 would be printed. Now again it checks for the condition for I in range 5. So in this case it will take the next value is 2. So 2 is in range of 5. So it prints the value 2. Next it iterates and goes to the value 3 and 3 gets printed. And in the next case it iterates and the value 4 gets printed. So the same statement, that is print I, has executed 5 times based on the condition what we have specified or the range what we have given in the range function. So here this statement has been repeated 5 times and the output is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And once I becomes 5, the condition fails because it executes only from 0 to 4. So here it does not perform the condition fails and it comes out of the for loop. And if I give one more print statement over here, say print end of program. This is the sequential statement. It does not come under the for loop. So once the for loop fails, then this end of program gets printed on the console. So this is how the for loop works in Python. Now let's look into some more examples in for loop. We can take different sequences like list, tuple, dictionary, string. In this we are considered the range sequence. Now let me say my list 1 is equal to P So it is having the letters of Python, Python. So it is separated by commas and it is enclosed within square brackets, the list. So now if I say my for I is the iterating variable for I in LST1 and a colon. So now if I say for I in LST1 and then with indentation I give the for loop statement print I. So in this case I initially will take the value P and it will print P at the console. Then I gets incremented to the next variable, that is Y, and Y gets printed. Then it goes to the third variable, T gets printed, then H, then O and then N. So it iterates the loop by itself. We are not incrementing the iterating variable. It iterates the sequence elements in the sequence one by one itself. We need not increment it as we used to do in the C programming language. So here the sequence is a list. So initially we had considered a range and this is a list. Now let's move on to one more type, that is a string. You can as well try out with a tuple as well. So let me say my st1 is equal to Python. For I in st1, print I. So my st1 is holding a string Python and for this string it increments one character by character. So for I in st1, this is the iterating sequence and I is the iterating variable and so it increments. Firstly it will print P and then I becomes Y, so Y gets printed and then T, H, O and then N. So Python gets printed on the console in individual lines. So this is how the string, with the string, how it works. We have seen the example. And now this is, so we have seen till now we have covered the syntax for the for loop and some of the code examples for the for loop. Now let's move on to the while loop. In the while loop, the syntax is, initially we have to initialize the loop variable. We have to initially initialize the loop variable. Then we have to give the while keyword with an expression and a colon. And once we give the colon, we can execute the while statements. And the loop variable can also be updated. Updation of loop variable. So we can update the loop variable within the while statements. And then we can perform some other statements like for, 5 till statement n. And once these statements get executed, it checks for the while expression again. If the condition is satisfied, it comes out. If the condition is satisfied, it performs this set of statements repeatedly. And once it fails, it comes out of the while loop. And after coming out of the while loop, the sequential statements get executed. So this is the sequential statement without any indentation, and these are the while statements with indentation. So let's take into a code example. Let's see a code example for the same. Initialize the loop variable. My loop variable over here is counter. So counter equal to 0. So I'm initializing counter to 0. Then is the while expression. While my expression over here is counter less than 3 and then a colon. So my expression over here is counter less than 3. Then my statement is with indentation print counter. And I have to update the loop variable. Counter is my loop variable. Then I say count equal to count plus 1. So here I am updating my count variable. And then the sequential statement is print end of program. So the statement exists, end of program. Updation of loop variable is count equal to count plus 1. I am updating the loop variable. This is the statement for the while loop. While counter less than 3 is the expression and initialization is counter equal to 0. So initially my counter will be 0. Then it will come for the while expression checking. It will check if counter less than 0. Yes, my counter is 0 and it is, less than 3. So it is less than 3. So it will print my counter. So initially counter was 0. So 0 would get printed on the console. Now my counter becomes, I am updating my count. That is the loop variable to count plus 1. So counter becomes 1. Now it will check the while loop. It won't perform the sequential flow, but it will check the while loop again to see if the counter is less than 3. Yes, my count value is less than 3. So it will print 1 on the console. Then again it comes over here and increments the counter to 2. Count is 1. 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So again it will check for the while condition. while counter less than 3. Yes, count is less than 3. Sorry, it is counter. Here also it should be counter. So it will print the counter value. Then counter becomes 2 plus 1, which is 3. So it will check the while condition. 3 is less than 3? No, the condition fails. 3 is not less than 3. So it comes out of the while loop and performs the sequential statement, that is end of program. So end of program gets printed. So here we saw there is an initialization of loop variable, updation of loop variable, checking of the expression. So these three things should be a part of the while loop. So this is how the while loop works in Python. And by any chance, if we don't give the updation of loop variable, if I don't give counter equal to count plus 1, then this is a condition where it enters into infinite loop. So we have to avoid using infinite loop. We have to update the loop variable, otherwise the loop will enter the infinite loop and we have to forcibly terminate it. So in this case, counter is equal to 0. While counter less than 0, print counter. So my counter will have the value 0. I am not updating. It goes into the while loop again. Counter less than 3. Print counter. So again it will print counter as 0. So this goes into an infinite loop, printing zeros on the console. There is no updation of the loop variable and hence the expression does not fail. It is turning out to be true always and hence it enters into an infinite loop. So we have to check properly and update the loop variable. Update the loop variable to ensure that the expression turns out to be false and it comes out of the loop. So these are the examples of the for loop and the while loop in Python programming language. You can work out many more examples or you can work on many more programs including for loop and while loop. So friends, in this session we have seen the repetitive control statements, that is the for loop and the while loop. And let's see nested loops, that nested for loops and while loops in the coming session. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.